The Russian takeover of Ukraine has already begun. Hey everybody, this is Tom of Tom's Talk Show, my companion channel to Tom's Tech Show, where we can talk about some politics and some other crazy world things going on, just nuts. I think we've all seen, many of us have seen the speech that was given by Kamala Harris over the last few days about we're going to be strong, we're going to do bad things, we're going to make it hard, we're going to be, you know, we're going to do as much as we can when we much, however much we much when we're doing much, and that's going to be all the much that we have. So, and they're going to feel it very much. No, because as we can see, uh, here, Ukraine, Putin has already recognized two independent Russian blocs here, uh, and I'm sure those are going to. It's not going to be like they're just going to go in and take over the whole country. They're going to find dissidents that want to be back part of Russia. They're going to find people who support that in these different areas, these different regions in Ukraine, and begin to woo them and bring them to their side, and then slowly. I mean, what do we know about you know Crimea? They just marched everybody in there, didn't fire any, not firing any weapons, and just military standing around. What are you going to do, right? Are you going to suddenly rise up against that huge set of military? I mean, you've got thousands and thousands of troops on your border. You're going to go, if you start doing anything to fight against it, it's just going to come back on you. They're just going to go, fine, you fired first, we're going to go take everything we want. So the horrible leadership of the United States, I mean, I can't even. The sanctions would have need to started now, right? I mean, if you really want to get into, you need to cut off the pipelines. You need to open up the United States oil drilling and gas mining and all that stuff 100%. Even though you just recently locked it all down again. I mean, you want to really hurt them? Make the United States so energy independent of the rest of the world that we can start feeding Europe and taking all the money away from Russia. Right? That's where Russia's getting a lot of its money, is by selling fuel and things to European nations. And if we take all of that away and we start supplying it and drive the price of it down, then that's going to weaken the Russian economy. That's going to weaken the Russian military. That's going to make it so that they can't do these kinds of things. And they're going to recognize, like, wow, we need to understand and do what the United States, is asking us to do, because it's going to, they have the ability to cripple us. Well, right now we have the ability to do nothing because we don't have anybody in any political office. And I don't even think on either side, really, that's going to stand up to this. I mean, I don't hear anybody, really stepping up and saying, sanctions need to start now. They need to be huge. They need to be global. They need to really, to stop these things. And against China, taking Taiwan, all this needs to stop, right? We need to just put on all kinds of sanctions on these countries, for doing these things, and for the humanitarian actions, that China is doing, you know, taking people with certain beliefs and locking them away. I mean, seriously, no. That would, we can't support that. We need to stop supporting that. Um, I'm doing, trying to, as much as I can, flip over everything you buy and see where it's made, right? Where's this roll of tape made? I don't know. It's probably made in China. Who knows? But start doing that more often. Start, I know that it's, economy is going crazy and gas is getting horrible. Uh, like it's 3.50 here in Florida, where we buy gas. I know out in California it's over 5. Some places up to $7 a gallon. This is crazy. I mean, you want to get people back to work and be able to afford things. Well, drop the price of gas. That gets the truckers back on the road. That gets products costs less because it costs less to transport them. It's a big part of it. But uh, and that will also help to send a message to Russia in this whole thing. I mean, it's not going to stop here, right? They're going to find other other counties. I don't know if these are regions in Ukraine that have enough people that you know want to be dissidents and don't want Ukraine to be independent, and they're going to start allying with them, getting messages to them, and then start building this movement inside of there. And then once that movement starts, then people are going to start being afraid that this is going to happen, right? And through that, you got thousands of troops on the border, and once you get this dissent inside of these areas of the country, then things are going to start falling apart, and you're not even going to have to fire a shot. You're just going to walk in, and that's what's happening already. It's already happened, right? These two regions right here. It's going to walk across, and it's easy to see happening. And we really have no way of. I mean, we can send them ammunition, we can send them military equipment, maybe some funding to support their own country. But unless we, as the United States, partnering with all the other nations in the world, start cracking down and start actually putting sanctions in place, nothing's going to stop them. I mean, short of military action, nothing is going to stop them from doing this. It's inevitable. And this right here, when Biden said, well, it depends on, what it is, small thing, maybe not, this is the small thing. This was the message that he sent, that it's okay for you to do this, and that they're not going to stop. It's going to be one little small thing, one little small thing, one little small thing, and then they've got the whole thing. And then they've got all of the oil pipelines, they've got the gas pipelines, everything going to Europe, and they can just say, well, you're dependent wholly on us for fuel, so that fuel's going to raise 4 times in price today. Nothing stopping them. Nothing stopping them. So horrible, horrible decisions as president. I don't know. It's like at some point, I would hope that there's a way after the 2022 elections that we could do something to stop everything that he's doing and be able to get the United States at least energy independent and start exporting fuel again to other countries so that we can get fuel prices down and get some of the power away from Russia. That's really going to be the only way we're going to be able to do that. But that takes a brain, and who we've got up there in the White House now doesn't have one. He shakes his head and it rattles. And it's getting pretty evident. And I personally cannot wait to get as many. I want to get as many fresh people in government as possible that are really down to earth, that are really going through day-to-day life, have businesses that are fighting to try and stay afloat during all of this and stuff, so that they will know exactly what needs to be done to get their businesses and everybody else's businesses back afloat and get the economy back going and all of that. Just we need that to change. So everybody needs to get out and vote that when the election comes around this November. Just needs to happen. All right, what do you think? Is it over? Is Ukraine gone? Are we kidding ourselves that Ukraine is going to remain independent and remain a country, or is it over? Is it going to be part of Russia in the next month? That's what I'm thinking. I don't think that any of the countries or sanctions or anything are going to do anything. It's just going to be, oh, don't do that. For them, just they're not even gonna care. They want Russia back to be what Russia was, and it's not stopping. All right, well, thanks for watching this. Let me know what you think. Do we have a chance? Do we have hope in this? My real fear is for all the people that live there, that because some of them are going to be captured and tortured and killed probably, and we're not going to know anything about it. Kind of the same thing I think happened in Crimea. So that's the other part of it, is the humanitarian part, for it. All right. Thanks for watching. Take care.